Hello. Okay, you can listen to the CD here, okay?
1.8 Part 1.
Ian Clifford is an astrologer and palmist. What does an astrologer do?
An astrologer will take your date, place, and time of birth, construct a map of the heavens, a horoscope that will look at temperament, character, emotional needs, and a number of other different factors.
What does being a palmist mean?
Well, as a palmist, it's quite different from being an astrologer. A palmist will look at your hands as they are now. Of course, we may do a print and have a look at what is being shown in the hands now. But whereas astrology is a birth chart set up, a horoscope set up for somebody's birth moment, the hands are your living hands, so they've developed and grown with you, of course. So they reflect where you are today and what you do. And palmists will read, again, character, perhaps past events, possible future events from the hand.
So can astrologers and palmists predict people's future?
A lot of astrologers and palmists would say that it's not really about reading somebody's future. It's about understanding where they are today and being able to understand who they are, where they are today, and future possibilities. And I think people should come to a palmist or astrologer not to be told about an unalterable destiny or future, but to be told or given tools enough to make it themselves and be very proactive in that area themselves. So it's our job really to encourage people to live their own lives and decide their own future, not feel as though it's written anywhere and that they have nothing to do or say about the outcome.
If you saw on someone's hand that they were going to have a serious illness, would you tell them?
I'm not a doctor, so I wouldn't go there. I certainly wouldn't talk about anything medical. But if somebody comes and they've had cancer or they're in the process of being treated for an illness, that's something we might discuss. But it's certainly something I wouldn't predict because I don't necessarily believe in making predictions.
1.9 Part 2.
How should people choose which astrologer or which palm reader to see?
Well, I would recommend going to somebody who has been recommended to you. There are a lot of people out there who, a lot of people doing a genuine job, but will talk about things that no palmist really should talk about, like health matters, as I've spoken about, death, other illnesses, things that take away somebody's ability or right to choose. The reason that I got into palmistry was at the age of 17. I was told by a palmist that I would be married at 21 and then my partner would die, which scared the life out of me at the time, and I felt I had this curse on my back. And so I thought I'd learn the subject and understand what on earth she was talking about, and I realized that what she was looking at was a very big if, a very big possibility rather than a probability, and it never happened.
What kind of people come to see you?
A lot of people would expect bored housewives and people with nothing better to do or too much money, more money than sense, to come. But in fact, the truth is you tend to get all sorts of people from every type of walk of life. I've had sports people, politicians, people in the media, in every type of profession you can think of. Male, female, usually tends to be more women. You tend to get more men looking at palmistry because it's perhaps more physical and open, and they feel that some men tell me that they believe more in the hand rather than the horoscope, because the horoscope is something that women read in their magazines or newspapers.
Do you ever look at your own future?
Well, rather than try to look at my own future or predict it, I try and have it, I try and experience it. And I don't think most astrologers or palmists actually do predict or try to predict what's going on in their lives. They just live it from day to day, as anyone else would. But they try to live it with some understanding and some knowledge, or at least some meaning of why we're here and what is happening at this time.
1.
We may do a print and have a look at what is being shown in the hands now.
2.
So it's our job really to encourage people to live their own lives.
3,
I'm not a doctor, so I wouldn't go there.
4,
So I thought I'd learn the subject and understand what on earth she was talking about.
5,
A lot of people would expect bored housewives and people with nothing better to do.
6,
But in fact, the truth is you tend to get all sorts of people.
What's the first thing you're looking for in a candidate for a job?
The first thing you're looking for with a job candidate is enthusiasm for the role. You're also looking for them to demonstrate experience relevant to the position.
How do you get candidates to relax in the interview?
It's important to engage with the candidate straight away. So when you collect them from reception or from the front of the building, whatever it may be, you want to kind of greet them in a friendly manner. You want to ask them some general questions, just talking about their journey into the interview or the weather, or have they been to the city before?
And during the interview?
During an interview, once it is commenced, I will always try to start the interview with some general questions, just to allow the candidate to talk about themselves, to talk about their CV, their background. And often when a candidate is talking about something they know, which is themselves and what they've been doing, they're able to settle down much more quickly and have an element of confidence around what they're talking.
Is it important for candidates to ask the interviewer questions? And if so, what kind of questions should candidates ask?
Questions can be related to anything. So I personally would encourage candidates to ask questions related to any aspect of employment, and most recruiters would welcome that sort of interaction as an opportunity to actually give a little bit more information about the company.
Is it okay for candidates to ask about the money or the salary at the interview?
Of course, and candidates should be honest and realistic about their expectations too. An interview is an appropriate environment to ask such a question, especially if salary or salary banding was not identified in the job advert.
How important are CVs and covering letters?
CVs are very important to a recruiter because it actually provides an overview of a candidate's background, their employment, what they've been doing to date. But a cover letter can actually be more important because that's where a candidate will actually list and identify how they meet the criteria for the post. So it allows a candidate to be very specific about demonstrating what skills and experience they have that would be relevant. And often that skill and experience may be missed on a CV when you're looking at a wider career history.
What's the worst thing a job candidate can do when they're applying for a job?
First thing is obviously make mistakes on their application. That's always viewed negatively depending on the role that they're applying for. Also coming to an interview late, coming to an interview unprepared.
I hope that takes care of it for you who that couldn't play the audio. Alright, so go take a look at it, then follow up with answering the questions from A, B, C, D. Okay, see you at the other end.